Hello everybody and welcome to another video. In this video, let's talk about scalping, shall we? So, Games Workshop are being blamed for the issue with scalping. And apparently we have a scalping issue in the Warhammer hobby. Now, I watched Chapter Master Valrak's video and it was a really good video and it highlighted some really interesting points about the scalpers mentality, that they collect Warhammer and other nerdy stuff, so therefore that justifies what they're doing as right. Basically, they're shake and bake. No, they're scumbags. So, I'm gonna go through this, because I've seen a lot of other content creators sort of address this as well. So I'm going to put my tuppence worth in, and it's going to be completely different to what a lot of them are saying, to be fair. First things first, clickbait titles on their content creators' videos. They direct this at Games Workshop. First things first, this isn't Games Workshop's fault. Now, if it's a supply issue, i.e., what I mean by that is that your local gaming store isn't getting their stock in for new releases and stuff, then that is a genuine supply issue. If Games Workshop make a certain amount of stock for a pre-order and that stock is sold out within minutes of those pre-orders opening and it's all sold out, then to Games Workshop, that isn't an issue. That is plan achieved, goals hit, well done, good job, let's do it again next week. That is their goals. Games Workshop's main focus is to sell product. So if they sell out of a product in a pre-order window, then as far as they're concerned, that's good. Now, the only thing that you could essentially throw at Games Workshop is that they're maybe not making enough product, but I imagine worldwide they probably are. Now, I've seen a few comments today on Instagram regarding people saying that Games Workshop have created this by artificially reducing the numbers of the products being sold. Therefore, there is bigger demand and not enough supply. And personally, I don't think that's the case. I don't think Games Workshop are deliberately going, there's a low demand here for this product, let's only make 100,000 units worldwide. I don't think that's the case. I think they have an estimate of what they need and what they think they're going to sell, and maybe, because they've got to remember that if they make this product, they have to store it somewhere on a shelf, and that makes space, and they may not necessarily want to hold stock more than they initially allocate for that space in the warehouse. So they kind of have to sort of balance that number. And if the product is super popular and it sells out straight away, then for them, that's a win-win, because all of that stock is out of the warehouse. They can then make new stock to fill the allotted space, and it'll slowly sleep through. And as far as Games Workshop's concerned, brilliant. At some point, the demand for that product will go down, and their stock level will slowly rise, and it'll stay at a nice little balanced level, which is what they want. So to Games Workshop, it's not an issue, and it's not something that they probably want to intervene with. And legally standing by, especially in the UK, scalping isn't illegal. And whatever you do with a product after you buy it is down to you. As long as if you don't infringe upon Games Workshop's IP and try to pirate that product, you're pretty much free to do whatever the hell you want with it. That includes selling it for an extortionate price. And this brings us on to the main problem, that Games Workshop isn't the issue. You are. Yes, you. Person right here is probably watching this video who has bought overpriced product that have been on pre-order or just come off pre-order from third-party websites and trade sites on Facebook. You are the problem. I know that sounds really crap, and you're probably going to be like, no, Pointy, don't blame me. Well, it is. It's you. You're the problem. And in a way, there's certain people that are going to be able to deal with that, and there's other people that are not going to be able to deal with that. And, you know, if you've got a lot of disposable income and you're willing to pay sometimes 300% above the retail price that Games Workshop that's selling the item at, then me and you need to have a chat, because I've got a bridge in Nigeria that I need to get rid of. Also, you're a cockwomble. So, you know, you were the problem. Now, I made an Instagram post earlier by basically saying that we need to stop buying this. And in part, that's true. But we as a community, we can't really police that. We can't really, because everyone is free to do what they want with their money, and we can't really stop people from doing it. But we can encourage them not to. So if you know a friend or somebody at your gaming club that has paid the scalping price for a product, and you know for a fact that they have, ridicule the shit out of them, because they deserve it, because they're an idiot for paying that much money for something that is way, way cheaper directly from Games Workshop. I mean, if you are that desperate for it, then learn a little bit of constraint and a little bit of patience, and you'll be able to get it at either Games Workshop's price or from another online retailer at 20% off. So, like, yeah, the onus is on the individual, not the company. As for the scalpers, they are absolute... I'm not even monetized, so I'm just going to say it. They're fucking assholes. Absolute assholes. And the fact their sheer arrogance and attitude that they have is pretty much telling. And like, if you're a scalper and you're watching this video, get the fuck away. You're a dickhead. Like, seriously, you're just a dickhead. Like, the fact that you're trying to gouge the community because the demand is high just shows you what kind of dick you are. So yeah, like, horrible people. But I don't think necessarily we can as a community do something. Now, if you see, here's one thing that we could potentially do. Like, social media is an amazing thing. We all have one of these. And the vast majority of us, like, as Blizzard says, do you not have a mobile? So, you know, everyone is connected on the internet in some way or form. So I myself, who is an admin of a few Facebook groups, are now going to be putting in the policy that if I see any of these scalping posts posted or shared into my groups, I will instantly delete that post. If I see anybody actively trying to sell something in my groups that are way, way, way above the retailed price, I will ban that person on the spot, and I will just make them not welcome. And I think that's another way of doing it. Now, it's good that the vast majority of people see these posts and are met with outrage when they see it, but there's always that one person who will look at that and go, I want that, and I don't mind paying that. And that one person doesn't really care about anyone else, has the money to do it, and they will go and do it. So by limiting the exposure of these sales and these posts, we as a community can kind of sort of push it away and push it out and stop the avenue of exposure for them. That way, then, if someone is going to go and actually try to buy this, then they actively have to go and find it themselves. And if they do, they do. There's another thing, and I'm pretty sure on eBay as well, that if a product is on pre-order and they're trying to sell it on eBay, I'm pretty sure that is against the terms of conditions for selling on eBay. Feel free to correct me in the comments if I am wrong, but I'm pretty sure to sell on eBay, you actually have to have the physical product to hand. You can't sell something you don't actually have the physical product of. So trying to sell pre-orders before you actually have pre-orders is against the TOS of eBay. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. So if you see something on eBay that is being sold at an extortionately high price and it's currently on pre-order at Games Workshop, then report that to eBay and tell them that this person doesn't actually have the item. And with luck, eBay might be able to pull that post down and then at least then we can combat the scalpers that way. Scalping after it's already been sold and they definitely have the physical product in hand, just don't sell it. Just don't buy it. Do not click buy. Don't click buy. Don't click buy. And the more people that don't buy it, eventually that they're going to have to drop the prices, and then hopefully there'll be no interest in it, and they'll move on to the next thing like the Pokemon cards or whatever. But yeah, I just thought I'd make a video basically having my tuppence worth about this. You know, it is something that obviously we all have been affected by. I don't think it's as big a problem as it's trying to be made out to be. And that may be just a personal experience, because if I see something on pre-order that I want and I can't get it, I don't instantly go, oh my god, I need to have that. It's like, cool, I'll just get it later on, you know, whenever. But then, like, I'm a Gen Z or Gen X, so I'm old. Like, grey in my beard, I'm going bald. You know, I can wait. So yeah, but anyway, I will call the video here, because I could ramble on about this for a long time. But just remember, if you are going to buy something that is way more than Games Workshop is selling it for, then you are the problem and you're a dickhead for doing it. So thank you. So if you've liked this video or like any of my other content, please subscribe, like, drop a comment, ring the bell, do all of that good stuff. All the interactions with the videos help me and the algorithm out, and the channel gets more exposure and it grows a lot more, and it's all good and it's all brilliant and it's great. And yeah, I'll be coming up with a video very shortly for this little dude. He's almost finished. Well, at least part 1 is as well. So I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, pigs.